All right, so we've sewn the body on now. You can see it underneath. So this is the bit I'm most nervous about now. I've got to attach all of the 3D elements and put them where I want them. So the wires, the plan is the wires are going to thread through the back of the canvas, and then I can stitch some of the 3D element to the canvas and sort of try and secure it at the back somehow. Obviously, usually you're applying these to proper fabric. This is very papery, and as I've been punching holes in it, if I show you at the end, if you punch a hole in the wrong place, that ain't healing back up like a piece of fabric. That hole's there for good. So it's a little nerve-wracking. Now, I've got my pen with me, so I'm just going to make a mark where I want the holes. So this is, I've knocked it now, haven't I? That's, I think, where I want the frame, because I want a little bit of the taller florals at either side. You can just see it peeking in. And of course, because of the bulk, the back is going to sit slightly away from the frame, if that makes sense, because we're not putting the glass back on the front. So these are going to kind of go here, because I wanted to sort of bend them up and have them sort of coming out of the frame. So I'm lining them up kind of where I want them, and then I'm going to make a dot where the wire is going to potentially go, and I'm doing the dots sort of in blue, so if I get it wrong, it's just going to look like another ink splatter. So I've kind of, if you can see those dots there, I don't know if you can see that on the camera if I zoom right in for a sec. These two here are where we're going to, back in, we're going to pierce the holes. So that's the butterfly wings. Now at the bottom, obviously the mushroom is going to be sort of here-ish. That wire actually goes at that side. So, trying not to move this. That mushroom, I'm going to sort of sit here. So that's going to be sort of underneath-ish there. Whew. And then, now do I want the purple? I'm quite sad to cover all this up. So do I want the purple sort of slightly higher and the pink more in the corner, I think, like that. Because then let's put the other pieces in. Because then that's going to be sort of there. Or do I want them that way? No, I think I want them more like that. Somehow. Or do I only want one flat? See, I thought I wanted two. So awkward. Yeah, we're going to do something like that. So let me get rid of these. Oh, no. Okay, that's really annoying because now I've lost, I think I was about there, kind of. So you're going to go sort of there-ish. Let's go there. This is totally blagged now. I'm blagging this like you wouldn't believe. And that's going to be slightly, no, you were going to be slightly further out, weren't you? Did I do that dot in the wrong place then? Yeah, I think I did. I think I want it like there. Properly done that dot in the wrong place, but never mind. And then this one, so if you're going to go there, do you know what? I'm just going to wing it there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for broke. I am filming, aren't I? Yeah. Just checking. Right, now I have... See, I think these are going to be a bit thick to create the holes. Let me just grab my sewing basket because I've got a really fine, sharp sort of pen thing that when I'm sewing photographs, and I need to make a hole through the photograph. And obviously I don't want it to be too thick because the thread's going to pop straight through. I use this, which is really fine tipped, sharp, pointy jabby. So that's what I'm going to use. Put my sewing basket away. If anyone's ever seen my room, it's stacked high with stuff, and I always feel like someone's going to fall on my head. Right, so I'm going to jabby. Christ, I can't see what I'm doing now. So I'm going to jabby here. And here. That's quite nerve-wracking. Yeah, so they make quite fine holes. You can kind of see. Can you see that? Where's my finger? There, this is really awkward to do. But there-ish. And then... I can't see where they were. That's 1, 2. And that was the mushroom, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, well, we've done them now, so let's see how this goes. So I'm going to do the butterfly first, because that's the most important element. So I think I need to make these a little bit shorter. I'm going to twist them quite tight first, the wires, if I can. And try and get a little bit of length to them, but I don't want too much excess wire. Maybe a smidgen more, and then I'm going to trim the rest away. So I want these to be quite tight. Okay, I think that's enough. So I'm going to trim these extra pieces. That's quite, oh, there we go. I'm going to make sure I found them so I don't jab myself to death with them. Shove them there. Right, so this is obviously this wing. So we're going to go, let me just get my, I don't know if you can see how it's snipped. Let me stand up. It's left sort of 2, look on my nails need doing, 2 sort of spikies, and I just want to pincer them together. So just going to get my little kit out. This is for sort of jewellery making and stuff. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Just want to smush them as one. There, smushed. And then that should go through the hole, and I can attach it there. So first of all, I'm going to bend that, and I'm going to try and stitch that to the back. This is so awkward. I should have threaded my needle first, Donna. Oh, hang on. Is this the dark brown? No, that's the light brown. So I'm going to use the same coloured, you can see, dark brown thread that I used to stitch the bulk of the body. Obviously, then I put highlights over the top. But I don't want this to be visible if I can help it at all. So I'm just going to get one, oops. One strand of that. I'm whipping flowers and all sorts around here. Need a new threader as well. I don't know if you can see that anywhere. It's I think it's had it, this one. It's all stretched and bent where I've got angry with it. Trying to use too thick a thread on too small an eye, I think, and I've got angry, sort of ramming the thing through. All right. Okay. So I'm going to try and hold that in place. Sort of there is where I want it. So I'm literally just going to try and stitch and attach it as best I can. I mean, that's going to move anyway, so I shouldn't be too concerned about that till I start to stitch that in. the wing, should I say. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to stand up to do it. So I'm literally just attaching the wire bit. I don't think I needed to put so much through, did I? But never mind. So just trying to pin it down to the back. Just trying to secure it. It's awkward because it's quite papery, this canvas. You don't want to crease it and bend it. So you have to try and be careful. There's obviously a piece of fabric I could just sort of, as I'm here, I could sort of just screw it up and grab, but I'm trying to keep it quite flat, which is annoying. Right, a couple more, and I think this is pretty secure now. Okay, I'm just going to show a knot through there. I don't think that's going anywhere, is it? All right, so we've got kind of the bottom done. Now I'm going to use the brown to just sort of attach the wing a little bit. See, or should I use black thread and do it straight through? And do it straight through to the canvas would make more sense, wouldn't it? Let's get some black instead of this brown. So it's the last of my black that I've got. So I'm sort of doing this and thinking out loud as I've done it, rather than there's nothing pre-planned here at all. So I'll do this one on camera, and then I'm going to do the rest, I think, off camera. So this is just to show you how I do it, basically, because I feel like this is going to be quite stressful and I don't want to use naughty words. So I'm going to, gosh, I can't feel a thing. So presumably just above the wire. Do you know what? I'm going to go in from the top. I'm going to go in from the top because I need this to line up perfectly. And I'll do it this way. And I can hide that little string, I think. Potentially. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing at all here, but I'm trying to come back up on the inside of the wire. I've gone through the blue there, which is not what I wanted. Just ever slightly further there. I don't know if you could see that at all. And then I'm going to go back down over. Right, I think I'm going to skip up and do something a bit higher up and try and catch it and pin the length of it down and then sort of re-secure it afterwards. Of course we'd get a knot. Of course we would. What are you knotting from? What are you? Oh, you're just a loop. I see. Right. Oops. See, it's so awkward. You can't even sort of judge where the needle's going to come through because the canvas is so thick. Back down. Right, so that's kind of majority held in place. So I'm going to stitch up the line of it. I don't know how much of that you saw, if any. But yeah, so far, kind of so good. Do one more at the top just to really hold that down in place. Right, it's getting a little bit easier now. I'm getting used to it. So I'm probably going to run probably a good dozen stitches down this just to make sure it's really held in place. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I feel like the more I put on this and the heavier the piece gets, the more awkward it's going to get. Oh, sorry, you didn't see that at all, did you? Right, as I say, I don't know how much of that you saw, but this is the plan. This is what we're going with. And see you on the flip side. Butterfly wings are on. Time for the flowers. Obviously, I'm not going to use black thread with these. I'm going to use thread to coordinate with the edge colours. So we're going to be purple, pink and brown. I think mushroom first. So the mushroom, I've got the wire through, but because there's nothing, obviously we had a body of a butterfly to attach the wires to here. I've just put a little piece of tape just to hold it down. And then I'm going to stitch around the base of the mushroom. So this is the bit that can move. And I've got my brown thread and we're going to do that now. Mushroom attached with just few stitches. But we've got a bit of movement on that, so that's okay. So next I'm going to do the purple flower. Where's my little hole gone? Here. And then this one is going to be slightly further over to overlap. Flowers attached and mushroom attached. So next step is I need to attach this to the back. Now I'm in two minds how I need to do this, because I need to make sure, if I start by hooking that in, that is where we're going for. Although the mushroom, hang on, I'm going to bend these up so I can get the, I've sort of stitched the centres of these flowers so I can get the frame in, because that mushroom is now higher than I wanted it. So hang on, there, that's kind of where we're going to go, I think. Although this flower's ended up lower down than I wanted now. See, I could get them in, but then the mushroom looks a little bit weird unless I do something else in front of the mushroom. No, I think that's how it's going to have to go. Because obviously when it's stood up, you're going to see sort of the lower down bits. Okay, so it's going to be something like that. I'm just going to see, so it's quite, so these sides are probably about accurate. That's a bit higher, so I'm going to cut around to start with. I'm going to sort of trim a little bit, because obviously I need space to bend this over the cardboard. So just at least trim this down a fair bit at the bottom, so it's a bit easy to work with. Because then what I need to do, it's about there. If I do that, I need to make sure everything's going to hook on properly. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're going for, if you can see. So that's kind of where we're going to attach. So I'm just going to bend that so I kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. And I'm going to attach some double-sided tape to this and then, yeah, take it from there. So, let me find my double-sided tape, which used to be here. Hang on. Right, I'm going to get the tape and I'm going to come back. I have the tape. So, snip that there. I used to have a little tear-offy thingy on here. It was actually an acrylic stamping block, and I used to be able to tear it off. Is it in here? It's by far the easiest way I've ever found to do the double-sided tape. And where's it gone? So I'm just rooting through a drawer next to me. And because I've still got the stock boxes from, there it is, still got stock boxes from the clear out. They're sort of stacked in front of the drawer. So this is just the easiest way ever to do this accurately. Just going to trim that a little bit. And now I've gummied up my scissors. Okay, so I hope you can see what I'm doing here. So let's get my little pick and is it in this pot? Not very organised today, am I? So this is very much sort of a one and done kind of situation with this tape because it's super sticky. That you don't get a lot of time to sort of adjust, so we're just going to have to go for it. Okay. Make sure we're the right way up to start with. So I can see the top, but I think I'm going to start with the side. You can see what I'm doing. So I think we're about there-ish. And I'm going to do this as if I were binding a book. So I'm just going to snip away at the corners. Just to give me a neat edge. I mean, again, the frame is going to hide quite a lot of this. And I'm going to just go ahead and use, I'm going to get some thinner double-sided tape, I think. I think that would be a better bet. This all the way around. I'm going to try not to drag this around the desk because my desk is probably absolutely grim and needs cleaning. Where's my block gone? Just get that little bitty bit. Nearly done. So I will be listing this up for sale on my coffee shop. Coffee. I wish somebody told me how to pronounce that. And I am going to be doing or attempting some spooky Halloween versions with the same sort of idea of the 3D stump work on a picture frame. I'm gonna have to get some bigger picture frames because obviously this one was quite small. Get off. I think I'm gonna have to stick some glue on this as well, you know. It doesn't seem to want to stick very well on the canvas. But I mean, nobody should be sort of pulling and prodding at it. Everything's fairly well secured as long as you're not sort of hammering away at it. I'm going to, if I can get my glue to work, hold this upside down. So yeah, so this will be listed for sale. This is the frame it's going in. It is plastic. I'm going to say that right now. It was, I think it cost me about 8 quid, 8 quid off eBay. So it isn't particularly expensive, but I thought it was pretty. It did the job. Yeah, so there we are. So that's going to be the frame. Obviously you've seen what the front looks like and you'll see the finished results hopefully very soon, if this ever works. But yeah, it's taken a bit longer than I thought. I mean, it's the sort of took me an afternoon per piece really to do the sort of wire bending and stuff. It did take quite a while. When I say an afternoon, it's before I pick the kids up. So yeah, so it's my afternoon, not probably a regular afternoon. Have I got another bottle of this somewhere to top this up? I used to, because it's taking a while. I don't know where my spare bottles have gone now. And then I've got PVA glue, got resin, got a spare art glitter glue, probably everything but the glue that I actually want. Probably. I just don't have the strength in my hand to squeeze it all the way. Right, I'll come back again. And I'm back. Okay, so we've filled up now. So we should be able to just run a little line of glue there. Just going to do one side at a time. And we'll do this one. A bit more awkward with the ribbon in the way, which, I mean, I could have taken off, but why make life easier, eh? Sorry, that's put my fat head in the way there. Hang on. Ah, I'm losing my sellotape. Okay, let's do this side next before I lose all of the tape. Stick that back down because I don't want any hanging over. Okay, oops. Okay. Ah! So excited. So I can see a little bit of a pencil mark there that I just need to get rid of. Beautiful. And then the idea is, so let me just see if we can get this in this frame. So I'm going to bend these up and in slightly, going in this way. My silly, honestly, my hands are just, they just don't work at all. You go that way instead, come on. Cut me some slack. Just have to use my trusty old pliers just to get that out of the way. There. Just to lift it slightly. So, try again. In. Ooh. I knew it was going to be a bit of a squeeze because obviously we've added bulk. Oh no, my flowers. Oh no, they're squished. I may just have to snip a couple of these. These are quite well adhered, but I think if I just snip these bottom threads and just release the edge of this flower. Now what we may have to do is trim the very top. Okay, unless we can, oh no, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it, we've done it. Now, do I need to trim that other one? Ugh, let's just trim that just to let that lift a little bit more. Retrieve that thread. You're not in the way. Okay, third time lucky. Butterflies through. Flowers are through. Oh, slotted in quite nicely that time. Yay! And then the final step, just move all the sharp pointy things out of my way, is just to fasten the frame at the back. 2, 3. Ah, fabulous. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. I hope you could see all that. I hope I didn't just do half of that off camera, but there we go. But we're finished. We're done. Make sure it's pushed in. I am super happy with that. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that is pretty cool and not bad for a first attempt. So yeah, that's going to pop up on my coffee shop. The Halloween ones are going to come next, but we're going to do a bit more sewing in the meantime. But thanks for sticking with it. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.